Hello, this is Kate from dailytarotgirl.com, and for this reading I'm using the Dame Darcy Mermaid Tarot, and I'm going to start by drawing 3 cards. Each card is going to represent a day of the upcoming week. Okay, so I'll start with the first card, which is going to represent Monday and Tuesday. So at the beginning of the week, we've got Knight of Swords. Now, Knight of Swords is a very, I feel like this is such an aggressive card. This is the card that tells you to really go for something, go for, if you have a goal, just go for it. If you've got plans, if you want to do something, if there's something you want to create or manifest or whatever, just go for it. This is about being really driven and going for something totally, like really throwing yourself into something and not letting doubts pull you back. And I say this because the Knight of Swords, he's in the sword suit, and the swords are all about the mind, basically. So you can be really, really mentally focused and driven on a mental level, but then you can have kind of negative thoughts and fears creeping in through the back door, and you can talk yourself out of things. The Knight of Swords is about really optimizing and capitalizing on that focus and that, laser kind of precision focus where you just get things done and go for something, and almost like looking at something with blinders on where you're not going to be influenced or waylaid by anything or swayed in any other direction. You're just really, really focused. So it's a very positive card to get at the beginning of the week, and basically what it's telling you is that you have that ability to tap into that part of yourself that's like that. And if you're having any doubts about something that you're kind of pursuing, this card is kind of a message to just really go for it. There's a few kind of warning things with this card. You want to, you don't really want to be in this phase for too long because it can be depleting. It can really deplete you of energy. And not only that, but the Knight of Swords isn't really about contemplation or reflecting or really thinking things through. He's really an action card. He's about taking action and just going for something. So, I think that it's always healthy to kind of alternate between being in that kind of mindset and way of doing things to get things done, but then also coming back to that more reflective state where you look at what you did and you kind of evaluate it and think, okay, do I want to keep doing this? Do I want to change what I'm doing something different? Because action without any kind of heart or soul can be, it can be really soulless and there's not much purpose to it. So you want to have, a lot of soul and, reasons for doing what you're doing. Okay, so later on in the week, Wednesday and Thursday, we've got the Queen of Wands. And the Queen of Wands actually, in some ways, has a similar energy to the Knight of Swords. She is a very, I think of the Queen of Wands as being like a really wonderful entrepreneur. She would be the kind of woman who has her own business, and it's like a really successful business, and it's something very sexy and unique and different and creative. Now, the Queen of Wands is different from the Knight of Swords in that she is, she's more creative and she's fiery and passionate. Like Wands, the suit of Wands is about creativity and passion and fieriness. So the Queen of Wands is someone who can create things and make things out of nothing, but she does this, she lets her passions and her desires guide her. She's not the kind of person who would, open up a business just to make money. The Knight of Swords, yes, maybe. But the Queen of Wands, no way. So, she's also really fun. She likes to kick up her heels, like this Queen of Wands is doing. She likes to kick up her heels, and she likes to really have a good time and kind of let loose. So the middle of the week is a good time to kind of embrace some of those qualities. And at work and, career-wise or project-wise, you want to be like the Queen of Wands. So she's someone who's organized yet very creative. She's someone who basically is able to channel her creativity in an organized way. So it's like that balance between kind of the hippie creative and the, focused executive. I'm going to come back to her later, but I want to move on to the end of the week. And then I'm going to tie it all together and see if we can think of some more meanings here. So the end of the week, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, we've got the Five of Cups. And it's interesting because the first two cards are very energetic. Like there's a lot of energy behind these cards. And then that energy kind of fizzles by the end of the week. So you may be in danger of burning yourself out if you're, burning the candle at both ends. If you're not taking a break or, stopping to reflect, you could burn yourself out because it feels like there's like tons of energy and then not a lot of energy. It's more of a depressed feeling on the weekend. So the Five of Cups is about focusing on the negative. So what this means for you is that you may be in danger of being more pessimistic than normal on the weekend. So if something doesn't really go your way, and this card is not predicting that something is going to go wrong on the weekend. That's not it at all. This card is really reflecting your inner emotional states and your moods and the way that you view the world and the way that you respond to things. So things could be super successful, going along really wonderfully this weekend, but for whatever reason, you're just in a bad mood and you are tending to gravitate towards what isn't working and what's frustrating you and kind of ignoring, or she's turning her back on the two standing cups. So ignoring what is really working for you. The Five of Cups, the whole suit of cups is about feelings and emotions. So the Five of Cups is really illustrating an emotion that you may be having this weekend. Now, if this doesn't resonate for you, and if you get to the weekend and everything's great and you are not, pessimistic or cranky or depressed, there's a couple other things it could mean. It could mean someone in your life is like this. So someone close to you this weekend is kind of in this state, and your role might be to kind of help them work through it, kind of be more of a cheerful presence in their life. Or it could also mean that you might delight in taking offense to something this weekend. I think everyone kind of, in some ways, how there's some people who just like love being offended and they'll never admit that, but you can tell like they'll get offended and they'll be like, oh, this is an outrage, or like I'm offended. And you can kind of tell that like maybe they are offended, but they're also kind of enjoying being offended and like talking about it. This might be you this weekend, so just be aware of that. Okay, so I'm just going to quickly zoom out and look at all of these cards together. There's so much color in this center card, this red. There's so much passion, and I feel like this is about, kind of tapping in with that heart-centered kind of energy, where you really kind of tap into what's important to you on an emotional level and what kinds of things you're passionate about. And I feel like that could actually be kind of the theme for the week. So you're going to have all this extra energy for most of the week, actually. And it's going to be important to really get clear on what those kind of heart-centered desires are for you. Where do you want to put your energy? I feel like I'm always saying that, but it's so important to have a real sense of, what you love, what really means something to you, what is important to you, before you go expending all that energy for no reason. And I'm just looking here, and I'm also noticing water as a theme. So we've got, the Knight of Swords, there's lots of water. We've got this river flowing here. And I'm not sure off the top of my head what this could mean for us this week. So I'm going to turn it over to you, and I'm going to ask you if, spend a couple minutes meditating on that and looking at those water symbols and see if a meaning or a message kind of jumps out at you, if there's a particular meaning for you this week that you can get from that water symbol in the cards. Okay, so this has been your weekly tarot card reading. My name is Kate, and you can find out more about me and learn more about tarot card reading on my website, dailytarotgirl.com. And I just want to say thank you so much for watching, and have a beautiful week.